He's cute, I'm telling you. He's a looker. Hi. We're just talking about
Really?
you.
What's up, baby?
You look good.
Look at you with this.
Mama AD, I need you to collect yourself. Girl, I need you to focus. Don't be swayed by the beauty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind, Season 6, Episode 10. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So I just want to say, when I say subscribe, it's not just a spiel. I actually want you to subscribe, and here's why. I have seen my analytics, and it says that over 40% of y'all are searching my name. Despicable. Why would you search when you could just subscribe? I will be right there. I'll be right there. Check your subscription right now. You're not subscribed, huh? It's free. You ain't got to pay. Come on, man. Commit. We've been dating, and I think at this point, we know that we're compatible. Just commit. Put a ring on it. Thank you very much. So, the episode starts with Jeremy's mom still coming around, even though that Jeremy and Laura are over. And now that Laura's not in the room, the story coming from Jeremy is a little different.
It turned out to be like 4:30 in the morning at that point, and she was gonna get an Uber, and I was like, how far away do you live? So literally drove her there, we talked for a few more minutes, and I just left. Came back home. Like nothing happened.
You're lucky it wasn't me, because you wouldn't have just walked in the door. I'd have been sitting there waiting for you.
Didn't realize I was gonna potentially lose a fiance over that.
Well, I could have told you that, but you didn't call me.
So I just want to say one thing before I get into this episode, okay? In the last review, I implied that Laura was lying because I said her story wasn't making sense. In the comments, people were saying her story makes complete sense because she had to catch him in a lie. So then I commented saying she lied to catch him in a lie, which, if you want to be objective, some people don't want to, and that's fine. If you want to be objective, it's still a lie, a necessary lie, but still a lie. And this is a pattern of hypocrisy to me when it comes to Laura, okay? At the beach with the whole, oh, it's a joke if I say it, but it's not a joke if you say something to me. Here, I'm able to lie to catch you in a lie, but you can't lie to me. With the Chelsea and Jessica situation, she's all for Jessica tantalizing Mr. Jimmy, but is upset that Sarah Ann is doing the same thing to Jeremy. Like, come on. If you guys can admit that she lied to catch him in a lie, and it was a necessary lie, then fine, we're on the same page. And shout out to you guys who told me to watch Kenny JD. Love her. She said the same thing. So y'all's fave is saying the same thing. I just know that I'm not tripping. Let's get into this episode, okay? He says he understands that the optics aren't good. It's more than optics. As the person in a relationship, you have the responsibility to respect the boundaries of your relationship. What sense does it make to be out late hours in the night with another woman? Whether you are talking to her to explain things or not, what sense does it make to be out of the house late hours in the night with a woman who is not your wife? A woman who you considered being engaged to? What sense does it make? None. So it's not about optics, Jeremy. It's about respect. And you didn't respect your relationship. He should have fully closed the door with Sarah Ann. He had the opportunity with the DM. He didn't. He had the opportunity here again. He didn't. I don't blame Laura for wanting to leave him. I have my own thoughts about Laura, but honestly, girl, Jeremy ain't no catch. And knowing what we know now, Jeremy definitely is not a catch. Chelsea and Jimmy meet up with Jimmy's parents. First of all, they are adorable. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Jimmy's parents, I want a marriage like theirs. 43 years and they still are just ooey gooey over each other. So cute. Also, am I tripping? Or did it look like Chelsea could have been one of the siblings? Chelsea looks like she belongs in this family, biologically.
So you're the one that took my baby's
I took him. I'm working on it.
So what did you first see about him that you really liked?
He was so open and emotional with me.
Don't tell my dad that. Don't tell my dad I was painting pictures for you and stuff. You know I'm ready for a relationship. We've had a couple fights, but it hasn't been any deal breakers.
I don't even think they've been fights. They've just been, conversations.
Conflict comes, it either makes you or it breaks you, and we've handled it amazing. There hasn't been a lot that we haven't been on the same page about.
She's got a very good attitude. She knows what she wants. And y'all were clearly able to work through some things that you've got going on.
What I noticed in this conversation is Jimmy is more honest about how things are really going. And this is how I want Chelsea to handle things. You don't have to say everything is perfect, everything is peachy keen when it's not. There's a way to say, listen, we've been having our roadblocks, but we're working through them, which is what Jimmy does. This girl says, oh, we haven't even had arguments. They were just conversations. Excuse me? You're going to blatantly lie. We've seen it on tape, girl. We have seen it on tape. And even if we didn't see it on tape, Jimmy is right there saying they were fights. They were arguments. And she's like, no, conversations. The way that Chelsea operates, honestly, I don't know how anybody could be in a relationship with her. She needs to be honest. Because if we can be honest, then maybe we can resolve some things. She stays having issues because she sugarcoats this relationship. For what? Who does it benefit to pretend? Literally no one. The family's really excited to bring her into the fold, but again, this is off of the guise that they are putting up. It's under the guise that they are doing well, and they're not. They're not. They can work through the stuff that they're going through, but to say that they're in a great place is just not true. It's just not true. Moving on, we have AD and Clay who meet up with her mom. Clay spent yet another night outside. Have y'all seen a trend? We talked about this on live last night. There's a trend of the men not staying at home. What is going on? But anyways, Clay spent the night out, and here he is now at this meetup.
I had planned like this super cute DIY thing to like arts and crafts, and I like set it up on the island. And it's still sitting there.
Yes.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm in tech sales. Then I have a side business. I do like Airbnb, like rent out apartments. I've been working a lot, so I've almost honestly felt bad about my schedule. Sometimes that could get in the way with, you know, just different things. Things I was looking for is like adaptability and someone to be my best friend. And I just feel like AD is like a walking testimony of like what I was looking for. Just felt like I was meant to be here, and with AD.
Meant to be here in this process?
No,
or
with AD.
This young lady here, I put a lot into her.
I do have stuff that I struggle with, like stuff with my parents' relationship. I never went to therapy, so a lot of.
Why do you say your parents' relationship? You're good in business. You've made good choices. Don't stop now.
Clay, to me, felt like he came with a script. And it wasn't necessarily like he was reciting things as if he's written them down before, but he was ready with all these responses, not even responses. He was riddling off all the reasons why they should be together, all the reasons why things have been working out lately, what he plans to do, just not allowing any rebuttal from the mom. Eventually, when she started talking, she then had her moment to say some stuff, but I was thinking to myself, is he trying to steamroll so that she can't criticize their relationship? I don't know. I'm not saying that's what he was doing. That's just the feeling that it gave me. Also, he blinks a lot. He blinks a lot. And I don't know. To me, it makes me feel like, are you lying? Why do you blink so much? I feel like I've never seen him blink this much. And it makes me think of Marcus from How Did I Get Married? Whenever he would lie, he would say, you know what I'm saying?
Every time Marcus lies, he says, know what I'm saying?
Cutting so much hair, making like $5,000 a week, know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I feel like Clay's version of that is the blinking, the excessive blinking. Excessive. It was just a lot of blinking to me. But anyways, AD's mom is all for Clay. And then AD gets emotional when she's talking with her mom, referring to things like, well, first of all, isn't he so gorgeous? He's so gorgeous. I'm thinking, so is Clay the first truly attractive man that you've been with? Because the emphasis on his looks this episode were interesting to me. I feel like that's a part of the reason why she's letting some things slide, because at the end of the day, he's attractive and they have good sex. But anyways, they also talk about essentially her falling for his potential. Because she says, do you see what I'm up against? He's so great. He's so good looking, but he has all these little demons, all these things that I have to deal with. But look at him. He's so great and he really could be that guy. He reminds me of Zay from The Ultimatum. I know a lot of people did not like my defense for Zay, but he reminds me of Zay. I think that in a few years, Zay and Clay would be great men to be with. I think that right now, they're not in a space to be the men who they want to be. Because for Clay, I do genuinely believe that he wants to be the husband, the good father, the man with a great work ethic, with a booming business and stuff like that. I do think he wants to be that guy. I just think he's on his way there. And so it's up to AD to decide whether she's going to be okay with the potential or if she's going to have to examine Clay where he's at right now and decide if that is good enough for her. Because to be honest with you, it doesn't sound like it is. It does not sound like it's good enough. So Clay leaves for a little bit. He comes back. I don't know where he went, but the conversation that AD and her mom had was so heartwarming. The way she was speaking life into AD, loved it.
That's a man. And he's just a little bit scared of how to move forward.
Like
he's got some substance, but he can't be worried about.
Just take a deep breath and let's just.
I just think.
Is he not gorgeous?
Well.
But like, do you see where the roadblock?
Yeah. You just keep doing what you've been doing, and it'll all fall into place. Whatever's going on with his parents or your parents, that's our shit. Mm-hmm. Some strange reason, if he doesn't think that your all is enough for him, then that's not your guy. Don't knock on your door unless you're a man.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to do the work.
The gist of this conversation is that AD is worthy with or without a man, and you absolutely are. You absolutely are. And then both of them should not let the transgression of their parents affect their own relationship. Now, I'm going to be honest. AD has pointed out things in her parents' relationship, but I don't think that it cripples her to the point that it cripples Clay. Because Clay keeps bringing up, because my dad was a cheater, because, I struggle to trust because of whatever they went through. I don't know if I can show up fully as the man I want to be in this relationship. Clay is letting his parents' transgressions ruin his own relationship right now. I still believe that he is priming her for disappointment. Absolutely. Some people on TikTok are admiring the fact that he is so open about his pitfalls, and I understand that. But I'm like, at what point are you then going to decide to do better? That's what I'm looking for from Clay. And it seems like we're not going to get that, at least not on the show. And if he is doing that, they're not going to show us because we know it's a show and they're trying to paint a story. Okay. Johnny and Amy meet up with her dad. He seems like a no nonsense kind of guy, but when it comes to Johnny, he's all for it.
I feel like I'm just telling you, having seen like this is my home, but this is not my home.
No, it's okay.
I'm here in Charlotte. This is 23 years that I've been living in Charlotte. I see how she touched many lives with friends and family. And I've been praying for somebody to come to the life of Amy.
I love your daughter. She's an amazing person. You did an amazing job raising her. I am probably going to rock the boat. I hope it's not in a bad way at all. May I have your blessing to marry your daughter?
Yes.
Thank you.
I really love this season, how the parents are speaking life into their kids. It's so beautiful to watch. So beautiful. Love it. Amy's dad didn't inquire the way that I thought he would. He's all for it. He gave the blessing. And I'm thinking, girl, what were you stressed about? Like, maybe they're having a conversation off camera or something, but based on what we see, everything seems great. So good for them. I do think that they have the best potential to get married. They still have to sort out that whole family planning thing. And Amy, do I want to read it now? Amy did come out and explain what Johnny was trying to say in terms of their family planning stuff. But yeah, they said that they're going to resolve that before they get married. So yeah, if they get married, then we can assume that that's been resolved. Jimmy thinks that he is falling more and more in love with Chelsea after meeting the parents. That does not last long. Because Chelsea's going to do as Chelsea does and find an issue with everything.
So I was so cranky with you this morning. I was like, man, I'm so mad at him, but I love him with all my heart.
I knew damn well you did not want to go with me, one, and I did ask you.
You didn't.
I did ask you. I was like, you can go with me.
You
it was
were
more of
gone a very short time, so I will give you that.
I didn't see anybody. I didn't talk to anybody last
I know,
night.
but they saw you. So.
Who's they?
I don't want to be with someone who wants to go out and party. I hear from someone who knows you.
I said I love going to wine bars. I like going to cocktail bars, and I like getting home at a decent
Then
time.
I hear your man is out. Like, where are you?
So let me get this straight, okay? Chelsea knew Jimmy was going to go out. Chelsea said she didn't want to go out anyway. Chelsea agrees he had only been out for an hour and says it's not even that bad. So Chelsea, what are you upset about? What are you upset about? I don't want a guy who parties a lot. I don't want a guy who's out a lot. He wasn't, and you just admitted that he wasn't. And according to him, there was only one time he was out without her, and that was when they had that argument and he went back to his apartment. Every other time that they've had a little soiree, a little function, she has been present. So if she's really saying, I don't want a guy who parties and stuff like that, girl, he went out once and it was for an hour. I would barely call that a party boy. Barely. And now she's saying, well, Mackenzie saw you out. This man doesn't even know what Mackenzie looks like, apparently. I don't know. That's what he said. We don't know if that's true. But are you mad that people saw him out without you? Or what? What's the deal? What's the deal? So then, little miss, I'm okay with you having female friends, clearly is not okay with it. Because on this night out, it was an hour. Can you even call it a night out? His two best friends, it sounds like, the ones that we met, were out. Now Chelsea has an issue because apparently he texts them all day. Yeah, those are his best friends. And now him being out with them and she not being present is a problem.
Who were you with last night?
Oh my God. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you about this.
Okay. Every day, who do you hang out with? Every single day. Where do you go when you're not here?
I work
Who do you
from home.
text all day? Who do you text?
Do you want me to take a step back?
Of course I do, and I
Okay,
told you that.
I'm not willing to take a step back.
You're saying you're unwilling. No, I don't give a fuck. I know you fucked her, and you told me that. I know it was
Jacob
Jess.
Lee West. I was not with Jess. I've never saw Jess.
I heard it was Jess.
You're bringing up Jess and Mackenzie. I didn't see Mackenzie. I damn sure didn't see Jess.
If you want to be that kind of
You
person,
don't want to be with me?
cool.
You don't want to be with me?
That's not the kind of person I want to be with.
You just think I'm like full of shit every time I tell you how I feel?
I do. You know what I've given?
If you think I'm full of shit with everything I've told you, I don't care to be with you either.
I wouldn't step back from my friends either. Now, Jimmy, you wrong. You wrong for not disclosing beforehand that you had slept with one of your best friends. Okay? One night or otherwise, come on. Because what it sounds like, I could be wrong, but what it sounds like is he told her this after she met them, but off camera for sure. I think he should have said that before. And maybe she would have been a little bit more honest about being uncomfortable with their whatever. And no, actually, I side with Jimmy. Did this heifer not say that her best guy friend is her ex-boyfriend? I would assume you slept with him too. Oh no, I don't side with her. No, I take it back. I don't side with her. Not at all. Now all of a sudden you have an issue. She harbors she harbors things. She holds things in and then uses it as ammo later. Can't stand it with her. He's over it. I'm over it. Chelsea's biggest offense is making me side with Jimmy, honestly. I'm the most upset at that because he's actually making sense. So he decides, you know what, I'm leaving because this is too much. I don't blame him. She then was like, no, I'm sorry. You can't just keep, one of the other reviewers, what did they say? Guys, I'm so sorry if this is me rambling, but I have a lot of thoughts and feelings today, okay? One of the other reviewers says that she weaponizes her sadness. Yes. Absolutely she does. Whenever she starts crying, she just expects Jimmy to buckle. And that's not how it works. We're not just going to brush everything under the rug because you're deciding to get emotional. We actually have to hash these things out and talk about it. Let's move on. She's annoying me. AD and Clay are trying to sort out their wedding. They also do their marriage license. It did hurt me that she had to write down deceased for her father, and she's now just processing he really is gone. He won't be at her wedding. Estranged as they were, it's still sad to lose a parent, right? So yeah. Then here Clay goes again, talking about this cheating and talking about this potential disappointment.
Do you think that's the biggest thing is that you're gonna cheat?
I don't want to be in a situation where I'm ever going to cheat. I think there's a lot of things that way I think that I don't think is mature enough for a marriage. Why, to me, is the date so, I don't know. I just feel like love is love. Why does the date have to dictate our relationship.
Unfortunately, like I'm not okay with just being like a long-term fiance. I don't think I could like continue to like date you after if it's
a no.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm at a point with Clay where it's like, if you want to be in a non-monogamous relationship, just say that. Just say that. Cheating doesn't have to be an option. There are people in this world who are cool with polyamory, who are cool with polygamy. You can be in a consensually non-monogamous relationship. Like, cheating doesn't have to be an option. AD started off by saying she's okay with either answer at the wedding, a yes or a no, as long as they don't have a long engagement. She then amended that and said, scratch that. If you say no, then it's a no. If you say no, then it's a no. Okay. She says that she was married to the idea of the process. So at the end of this, she did expect to get married. She's not afraid of that. He says, well, why is the date important? Why should the date determine whether or not we love each other? Maybe because you signed up for a show that results in a marriage. Maybe. If you wanted to just date, go on Love Island. Go on Too Hot to Handle. Go on a different show. Don't go on a show where the end goal is marriage. What? He also could just say, listen, I'm not ready for marriage. I know I want to be with you. I know I love you, allegedly. But marriage is just too much for me. Everybody can tell you don't want to be married. You don't act like a guy who wants to be married. You don't talk like a guy who wants to be married. Just tell the girl. Just tell her. Spare the feelings. But, you know, AD is going to sweep yet another thing under the rug. So there we go. All right, moving on. Chelsea and Jimmy, as we know, took some time apart, but now that they're back together, it seems like they want to work on things. He started off saying, I'm done. And then as he kept talking to Chelsea, he came around.
After that, your actions the other night, I felt like I don't trust your judgment.
So you're saying no?
You told me you didn't think I love you. You're saying that I'm not giving you any love and affection, and I feel like I'm giving you as much as I possibly can give.
I apologize, and the things that I said were things that were bothering me and really heavy on my heart. For you to just throw in the towel if having a bad night is like that. Just because we had a hiccup, when things get tough, like I need to know that you're not just gonna walk away from me.
Do I forgive you for the other night? I do. I love you, I care about you.
You can't come dressing like that when I'm mad at you. You look good.
In Jimmy's perspective, which I cannot fault him for, he believes that it's a losing battle to fight for somebody who constantly looks for fault in you, who constantly questions your feelings for them, who constantly diminishes your own feelings. It's a losing battle. There's no point. What is there to fight for? What is there to fight for, girl? She makes it really hard to root for her, honestly, because some of the things that she says are actually valid, but once she pulls out that whiny voice, I'm out. I am out. And she stays moving the goalpost. She has an issue with every damn thing. And it doesn't matter what Jimmy goes and corrects. She'll find something else. Chelsea says Jimmy is just throwing in the towel after one bad night. Excuse me? Excuse me? One bad night. Girl, don't piss me off. Girl, don't piss me off. She asked him if there's anything that she can do to make things right. They both agree that they're not going to assassinate each other's character anymore. So that's great. She also turns things on him every time, which really annoys me. So if he says, I have this issue with you, but you do it too. Is she ever going to let him just express himself uninterrupted? Because he allows her that space. I have yet to see her allow him that space. He can never just say, I'm struggling with this issue. I feel like we could work on things in this way. I feel like you could work on this. No, but you do it too. No, but I was just, no. You are so determined to find fault. Nobody wants to fight for that. Nobody wants to fight for that. I don't even know how Jimmy is making it, because if it were me, I would have been gone a long time ago. God of mercy. So everybody meets up at this Lakeside get-together, okay? We have Laura, who is newly single. She lets the women know where she's at with Jeremy. Apparently they haven't spoken in days. It's probably for the best.
They just talked. But he's a man, so I don't know what to believe.
Ain't shit to say. Do I have respect for her? Absolutely not. He's the one that made a commitment to me. He's the one that owed me something.
Yeah.
This was my real ass engagement.
He ain't it, sis. He ain't
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
No.
I don't know why he came here, and I think he has feelings for Sarah and he doesn't know how to process.
Hey.
Laura's slick, eh? Because when I write my notes, sometimes I miss visual cues. So she did this, insinuating that Sarah Ann gave Jeremy that slappy tappy. I mean, girl, hey, I don't know. I wasn't there, okay? At the end of the day, Jeremy was the partner in the relationship, so it was up to him to adhere to the boundaries that they've set for their relationship. He did not do that, so yeah, that's on him. Jeremy says that he's been made out to be the bad guy. How? You should have prioritized your relationship. How are you made out to be? You just are. In this situation, even though I feel by ways about Laura is correct. You are in the wrong. He also has an issue with the fact that she bites at him. Apparently, he was trying to mend things. He sent flowers or he did whatever, and she wasn't taking any of it. She would bite at him even when things were good. So I'm not surprised that this is how she was acting when things weren't good. At the end of the day, they both shouldn't be with each other, okay? She shouldn't be with somebody who she has to babysit. He shouldn't be with somebody who he lives in fear to be with. Let's leave it there, okay? Some of the other pod people show up, and I'm not going to lie to you. Laura's being a little hypocritical, again. Because here she is upset about the whole Sarah Ann thing, but Jess is here, obviously wanting some attention from Jimmy, and she's co-signing.
I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out.
Jimmy. Oh, not a church hug.
Nice to meet you.
Should we go somewhere else?
No, where did he go? Literally, my heart is still.
I feel like it's like,
No, literally, my heart is in my butt.
I know.
How does she not see that it's the same thing? So again, when it happens to you, it's a problem, but when it's happening to other people, it doesn't hold the same weight. Laura, make it make sense. But we're not even going to focus on Laura because it's really not that deep on Laura. Jessica, why do you want to be a homewrecker? Why would you want to be that? I understand she says that she still has feelings for him, and I'm not going to lie. At first, when she was saying it in the private conversation she had with Laura, I thought she was lying. But seeing how nervous she was around Jimmy, I said, okay, well, maybe, unless she's a really good actress, I was buying it. I actually was. But yeah, girl, don't take pride in sinking somebody else's relationship or prying a woman away from another man. If you can do it, somebody can do it to you. Nothing to be proud about. So anyways, they have their conversation, Jimmy and Jessica, by the lake. And he's trying to play it cool, but she very clearly makes him nervous.
Did she meet your family?
She did.
How was it? They adored her, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I want you to be good to her. Not me being the one giving you advice. This is like, you're like, please shut up.
I get nervous around you. I told you I've never dated anybody that's even remotely like you, personality-wise.
Come to think about it, like, you never really did just flat out say how you felt about me.
I care about you a lot, and in reality, you were my number one still. You terrify me.
I don't want you to be terrified.
Shut it down right there. No need for long talk. For what? And then Jessica's here like, I'm just looking out for my friend, Chelsea. Are you? Okay, well, anyways, do I have anything else here? I don't. I just say that he should have shut it down. If he truly wants to respect his relationship with Chelsea, knowing that Chelsea has flown off the handle for less, he should have shut it down right here. Now, based off the trailers that we've been seeing, it seems like Chelsea is also going to blur the lines when it comes to Trevor. So maybe I shouldn't really be that mad at Jimmy. But your wife has already, your fiance has already told you the things that make her uncomfortable, the things that make her icky and uncomfy. And as much as you might not agree, it's up to you as her partner to respect that. So I think he could have shut things down with Jessica more cut and dry, but whatever, not my relationship, not my problem. So I know y'all are going to spoil the next episode. I'm not even going to be in the comments. If you don't like spoilers, don't be in the comments because you know they're going to do it anyways. But with all that being said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, especially if you made it to this point. And I will see you in the next one.